Okay, so let's get started, gentlemen. My name is Champion Iglino. I head branding, company culture, actually across the verticals and the events here at DNA. It's an honor to have you with us today. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about yourselves before we dive in. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm founder and CEO of Antix. Antix created one of the platform for any type of content generation with AI agents, who is tracking like trends from social media, TikTok, Pinterest, and Instagram, where you can produce content and then you can put it to the marketplace to have possibility for rents and buy this content for others. So Aether is our partner for computing and thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, my name is Andrei Chabanov. I'm the co-founder, CEO of Wellspring. Wellspring is a neobank. We allow anybody in the world to have a US-based bank account, and we offer 10 to 12% APY on your deposits. Under the hood, it's powered by Stables and DeFi, and we make it accessible without any DeFi complexities.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, DNA House, for having us. I'm Toby Skinner. I'm the co-founder of Nubula. We are a deep-in project. We are building the physical perception layer for AI and digital economies. We're doing this by building the largest decentralized network of weather and environmental sensors. I'm holding our first weather station in my hand. So essentially, we have people buying these devices, putting them on their houses, in their backyards, sending us data. We reward them with token as a thank you. We aggregate and assetize into a data oracle, and we anticipate that AI agents are going to be built using our intelligence. So think energy trading, weather derivatives, parametric insurance. They're all going to be using our secure, tamper-free, trustless data, which you can't do with traditional weather data APIs.
Incredible. Really honored to have the three of you sit on this panel. We are talking about community, and in Web3 community, it's often referred to as remote. How does this qualify and to be defined in practice, do you feel? Well, what are the sign?
Yeah, honestly, this is always about the brands, how you are building brands and how you are aligned with your audience, correct? For example, last month we launched our campaign with Cookie Reach, and we get reach for 1% of all the content on X, on Twitter, about our projects. And it's happened only because of brands. And you definitely need to know what are the needs of your audience, and to specify this audience specifically in your products, your vision, and to be aligned with this vision. So, and all of our partners are knowing it. This is why it's so important to have this alignments with your let's say bodies.
So on the moat.
The moats, yeah.
Around.
We're talking about the moat. How is this expressed and defined in the space of community building in Web3?
So the way we look at the moat is that we are the only DeFi company that people are able to go on our platform and schedule a call with someone on the team to chat with them and answer all of the questions. There isn't a single, this is how we're bridging TradFi and DeFi, where there isn't a single DeFi company that will allow you to speak to a team member who's especially a US-based team member who's on the core team. We consider that to be our big moat outside of all of the technical pieces that I think are a lot more irrelevant to the community. But it's our team being fully doxed and fully available for anybody to just schedule a call with us, and we answer all of the questions, which is unseen in DeFi space.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, being a deep-in project community is everything for us. It basically gives us liquidity because they're buying the sensors themselves, which has been an awesome way for us to get initial funding because we're getting good revenue from the stations. They're also giving us the data that we're already driving revenue, selling our data to smart home devices. We're working with a drone company, getting them hyper-local weather data to make residential deliveries for Walmart. And then the other really important thing is we have 16,000 validated node operators that actually help us get the weather data on chain, which is critical, again, for that trustless data that AI agents can use without worrying about is the data accurate and reliable.
Very, very important to, I mean, it's old school, isn't it? Like customer service and translating your principles and fundamentals to your wide audience. So that brings me to building a company and, getting equity and financing going. How do you maintain an authentic connection between balancing financial incentives with the requests and demands and needs of building the community? Who wants to go with that one first?
I can jump in. I think obviously being again deep in, it's all about tokenized incentives, but you have to really align those to real world value and actual revenue streams. And so communicating with our community is super important, that they understand the value in kind of being part of our community in the long run. We don't want to attract short-term speculators, let alone kind of bad agents that are trying to game the system and just get tokens, which unfortunately does happen. Funny story, when we first launched our weather station, one early adopter bought 3 of them and proudly tagged us on Instagram with 3 of these on his bookshelf inside. So we took him down pretty quick. But yeah, so really you've got to align the community with the incentives. You've got to communicate transparently so they really understand the long-term value of not just, dumping the token.
So I think money speaks louder than words. So strong referral structure is worth its weight in gold, especially in our field, in our space, where anybody who's an active user of the platform gets some benefit of either in a token form or points or just pure cash incentive to share their referral links and get other people onboarded. I think that's probably one of the oldest tricks in the book, and it actually works very well. And I think if you look at some of the most successful companies that have done extremely well, ranging from Pump Fund to Axiom to any other actively trading wallet or platform, Hyperliquid, there's a very strong referral and incentive program to encourage other people to join. So I think having some sort of an incentive outside of just pure thank you is very, very important and helpful.
In our case, we're specifically focused for Web3, Web2 more, because our main focus for creative economy markets, where you definitely should align these people and to have this type of bridge why they should use your token, right? And to do so, we're provided, let's say, additional features for the people, like real value. This is why I do agree with this type of value, what you should provide to your customers. And then you have really a big driver for them to use and to utilize your token and to be aligned with the new market for them. Because Web2 specifically don't care about your token side, right? So they care about value and output, what they can get from it, which just means your final product is most important. And for now, Web2 for sure much bigger. Also, specifically in our environment with creative economy, this is why features this really important and still strong to have to roll really consistent with your token and Web3 parts. So this is based on our experience and what we found with our journey and community, which is already 500,000 at this point and consistently growing up.
Amazing. Yeah. So incentivizing your customers, your audience, your community, and building trust is essential with the products and the company fundamentals. And that leads me to asking you, how do you learn lessons from, grassroots communities that have built and scaled trust? How do you do that in a Web3 environment successfully, do you think?
I do think the most important part is transparent communication like AMA sessions, your meeting with community, also to be aligned with those feedback rights of the products. Because products, before you're launching products, the like feedback from community can be so relevant because this is the final like audience who going to use this product, correct? And to be aligned with them, definitely you should organize like AMA sessions, communication, provide them like referral links for like try and to provide the feedback about what is really good on the product and what is not. And when they're seeing like exact changes in the products, finally, this also providing trust and believingness of the project as well. Because like transparent communication is so important also in Web3, right? During like all scenarios and narratives around that. So, and in our experience, this type of communication with community is really big driver for this type of like transparency.
Yeah, I think Rowan hit it on the head with talking to the customers and collecting feedback. I think it's we don't roll out any features without talking to the clients and making sure, okay, we'll roll it out, talk to 3 to 5 clients, make sure that they're aligned and make sure that this is what they wanted. And if things align, we continue pushing forward. But it's not to say that all of that clients are always right. Sometimes they need to be taught something. Some often push something down their throat, get them used to it, and then they love it. In some cases, people don't know what they want. But generally, I think, and that's probably one of the most important lessons that Y Combinator teaches, that talk to your customers, build a community, and continuously iterate the product and ship something, build something, and then start getting feedback, iterate, and improve.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's all about, the long-term growth of the community is about obviously really making sure that your early adopters are happy and talk about the success and get the viral loop moving. And something else which is kind of very kind of fundamental to any marketing, right? You want them to be emotionally connected to the community, as well as just obviously being getting financial reward is obviously motivating. But at the end of the day, as we all know, every psychological study says humans are motivated by emotion more than rationality. And what we're doing at Uber is essentially we're building economic resilience through all the kind of financial products. We're going to be able to help, but at the end of the day, we're also building human resilience. Climate change, the warming planet is the biggest existential crisis to humanity, and we are, with the deep end model, we're going to be able to get communities in the global south, like parts of Africa where they don't have any weather data to speak of. We're going to use this model to get communities accessing weather data. The WMO, World Meteorological Organization, estimates quicker severe weather alerts can save 230,000 lives every day. Every day. Sorry, every year. Every day it'll be really bad.
Amazing. Well, that's a great segue into my next question to the three of you. So during market volatility and downturn, speaking of sort of the loyalty of the larger community, beyond, incentivized, any kind of tangible reward, how do you maintain resilience and recovery in a downturn market like that within your Web3 community?
I can shoot here mainly with a selfish plug of Wellspring, because we offer you 10 to 12% without exposure to the market. So whether the market is going up or down, the returns usually stay relatively consistent. They're variable, but they're in the low double digits. That's on our side. We're not super worried about it. Even though usually where there is market volatility, whether it's up or down, people tend to trade more. When people trade more, people borrow more, which is where our yield comes from, which usually actually turns out to be a little bit higher on our side. But so there's my answer.
Great.
Yeah, quite hard for us to lead us that our TGE is coming up this month, but so we haven't really experienced.
That's going to face any doubts in the market here.
Yeah, exactly. So we haven't yet experienced ups or downs. But again, because our project is tied to kind of real world revenue streams, there's a very mature market of industries like energy, agriculture, insurance that buy weather data and intelligence. We feel like the crypto markets fluctuation won't actually affect our main revenue. And so, yeah, again, as I said, we have to focus on building long-term confidence with our community to ride those downs, I imagine. Hopefully we won't have any, but it is inevitable.
Yeah, so in our case, we're doing more so for B2BC strategy where you have a collaborations with different projects to like align new customers and to do cross-promo integration with this type of projects with whom your audience is crossed, right? And we're moving right now more in the private segments. Our token not live yet, but we have like a customer serial segment for who is payment like fiat money for us. Included like collaboration with the government sector in UAE from Rotherham or Dubai, Abu Dhabi, which is helping us also to increase evaluation in our private rounds, right? And how I mentioned previously, our main users based on that too, which is like a little bit different and helping us to provide version, like this like virtual version of the token for them, which they're using like credits to compute and to generate contents. This is why we're a partner with Aether, because Aether one of the biggest partner of us, and they're on our advisory board as well to help let's say consistently moving with our valuation of the token. But token, like our final token, not live yet. We're like on the process to do TG at this moment.
Amazing. Well, we hope for the bull market to continue to rise as you get the job done, so to speak. I'd like to end this amazing, informative panel with asking you how we look at community as capital evolving, let's say over the next 3 to 5 years, within the decentralized AI and Web3 ecosystem, and how you see that affecting your own brands and brands at large, brands and systems at large. I know that's kind of a big question, but it's more of a sort of like a visionary question about how you see this idea of community evolving within the space over the next few years.
You know, from marketing point of view, we found the new like track for us. This is more so when you're adopt your product for AI agents, because let's say that internet is coming. Google right now developed a new type of browser for where you can search based on AI agents, like new projects. This a new part of SEO optimization of your products, right? And it's really big driver for community as well. When your company is aligned and trying to prevent potential shifts with environments, then community also really supported with the projects, because project trying to see what is happening next, let's say a couple of years. And this really big like capital, if you have a community who is really trustworthy, who is like really believe on the brands, and who is a fan of the brands, which is most important. Because if you do have a fan of your brands, you have a huge support in any aspects. If something happening with the projects, if something happening positive or whatever, like negative as well, that you have a support, and this is like helping a lot, you know? This is why it's really important to have this type of transparency with them, and to organize this type of, like, let's say, collaboration with your community. So, and collaboration, one of the important points to growing up with them. So, this might make sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would actually just I was going to say collaboration as well in the DeFi space. There are so many projects that align together. We can, literally we've been doing some kind of sell bundles with other DeFi projects like WinBit, capturing kind of flight data. Obviously, weather and is very tied to flying industry. And then I think the energy trading is huge. There are so many ways that we can kind of use weather data to interact with other deep-in projects. Think about how weather data, it can actually help predict both the demand and supply for the solar industry. So yeah, collaboration is the key. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Sorry. I think the biggest challenge that we need to overcome in the next few years is education, and we've got to do that together. All not just deep-in, but all of Web3, we need to kind of start repairing the damage that was done by some bad agents in the past and help people who are Web3 native understand the value of what we're all building together.
I will just say from our side, it's I think it's very important to trust the builders and the founders of who is building the platform. And like I said in the very beginning, one of the things that we did right off the bat is we doxed ourselves, and we were very upfront about who we are and who the team, what team has been built, what the team has built before, and our team has experience from Bloomberg, PIMCO, Citi, Wells Fargo, iTrust Capital, Acorns. So we're a very fintech, TradFi oriented team, and you don't usually get that in any DeFi company. So having the personal brand and kind of getting the people comfortable with what you're building, I think that's what's going to carry. That's what really has been carrying any type of entrepreneur or any venture that has been successful. So if you look at Mike Cagney, for example, who built SoFi, who built Figure, whatever we will be building next, I think is going to be amazing, and I would love to get in on that as soon as I can. So and that's that's how we aspire to be as well. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Toby, Andre, and Roman. May your communities continue to evolve and prevail for the greater good and for the greater P&L and for sustaining and maintaining your work in the world. Thank you so much. Round of applause.
Thank you.